Here comes the second part with my top 10 first introductions of the main characters in Revenge. A great first impression was something Tyler gave us. Because he was creepy from the start with this awkward compliment for Victoria and going after Ashley. He immediately threw out vibes of a conman. And him being hostile towards Emily from the start was something that set the tone straight from the start.
Please tell me you were the AV guy.
Wish I could. Tyler Barrow, Daniel's roommate at Harvard. Now I see why he comes home for the summer.
Tyler! Well, it's finally nice to put a face to the name.
You must be Charlotte.
Oh, you're cute. Daniel didn't mention that you were coming.
Oh, total impulse. I hope it's not too much of an intrusion. I'm sorry, but I didn't catch your name.
I didn't give it to you.
The first wife of Conrad had again a better introduction in contrast to her storyline during the few episodes she stayed in season 3. At first there was this riddle: what were her motives to come back to the Hamptons? Maybe she wanted revenge like Emily, and I hoped she would help her in her war against the Graysons. Especially since they introduced her as Conrad's first wife. And she herself admitted that Victoria stole her husband. So there was enough hate and motive to join Emily's war. But since the writers had other plans.
How was the flight from California?
Smooth.
It's funny. When they told me who I was meeting, I was expecting to see the former governor's wife.
Hardly. I'm the first Mrs. Grayson.
Well, you know what they say. Nothing beats the original.
I think so too.
His introduction could have been more powerful if we had not that little scene with Victoria. I will talk about that later and instead bring up another opportunity, since we have a far better scene to introduce and ridicule that man. Seeing him as unfaithful husband poisoned by Emily was just a blast. And would have been far more fitting to make fun of those powerful businessmen. I loved his scene with Victoria at the hospital. Henry Czerny was really funny in this role from time to time. And it was a far better way to say how ridiculous those rich people and their problems are than showing him as master of the universe in Grayson Global. I think the second season would have been much better as well when we had less scenes in Grayson Global anyway. Charlotte was right on cue, too. With her showing off late from a party and giving her parents an opportunity to fight about whether not to punish her for this. And I like Victoria's quote here, which summarizes what I think of Charlotte's character.
Remind me to buy her a cat bell.
I'll let her have a little fun. She got straight A's this year.
No one's accusing her of being stupid.
Ew, get a room, you guys.
Oh, I'm sorry, Charlie. I didn't see you sneaking in.
Didn't see you sneaking out last night either, Charlotte.
I went over to Tracy's, told you I was going before you went to bed.
No, you didn't.
Mom, you're too young and too pretty to be this senile.
Victoria's best friend delivered the most iconic line in this compilation by welcoming Emily to the Hamptons. I love how everything falls perfect into place in the pilot. With introducing Lydia as Victoria's best friend and Emily meeting her at the beach while showing us why we should hate Lydia.
David Clarke had everyone fooled, including me. I'm just glad I can help put that monster away.
Who immediately delivers Emily her last piece of evidence by having an affair with Conrad, her best friend's wife. So this first takedown went smoothly as grease.
You must be the new renter. Emily Thorne. Word gets around fast. Like lightning. Welcome to the Hamptons.
Conrad's and Victoria's introduction, however, was not that much spectacular. He was shown working pissing Victoria off because he promised her taking a day off. Yet she is distracted, too, by her new neighbor. I really love how both women, Victoria and Emily, from the first moment are highly suspicious and set their eyes at each other. Emily has a reason while Victoria seems truly not to recognize her in any way. Not odd considering that even if she noticed teenage Amanda at the Sylvester party, this was more than a decade ago. And Emily changed her appearance that much, not even Nolan recognized her at first sight. Like Charlotte, his introduction really set the tone for Daniel being a spoiled rich kid. He was immediately introduced as his mother's favorite and someone who has no intention to live up to the high expectation of his father.
Welcome home, Daniel.
Hi, Mom. It's going up fast.
Oh, too fast. You hungry?
You know, I'm a little wiped out. I think I'll just lay down for a bit.
Yeah, you look a little tired.
Well, studying will do that to a guy.
So will partying.
Mom, I just got here. Give me a break.
Her introduction was maybe the best and most juicy from season 1 or even the whole show. I think they never went that far again for any other character in Revenge. First her working in a nightclub and then showing us how she handles threats. At first I was straddled because she was that violent for no reason, but then I admired her loyalty to Emily. Because when Frank told her about Emily and Daniel and the rich Grayson family, I really thought she would sold out Emily in no time. But I was wrong and she became Emily's most intriguing secret.
It's 50 for the lap dance. Hands to yourself or use the cuffs. Or not.
Actually, I just want to talk.
You're one of those. It's your money. What do you want to talk about? Okay, caught me. Time Magazine's Daughter of the Devil in the Flesh. And if this is your going rate for talking, I'll tell you anything you want to hear.
I want to hear the truth. Your name's not really Amanda Clarke, is it? It's Emily Thorne.
His introduction in the pilot as the perfect father on a never-ending holiday. We must be aware that we see David only through Emily's lens in these flashbacks. She has nothing more than her memories as a child. Maybe after all this time they even got a bit blurry. I think it might have been better instead of bringing us this memory loss in season 3 than actually confront this problem. Cause his affair with Victoria and keeping her mother away from Amanda was a first hint that David might not have been that perfect as Emily remembered him and Nolan wants him to be. Then the shock of his reintroduction in the season 3 finale would not have been that big. Cause in fact in season 4 he was a big deception for Emily and the audience. Yet I love his look cause in contrast to Conrad he really looks like he came straight out of prison.
Hey kiddo, you having fun exploring?
You really get to spend the whole summer here?
And every summer after that. What do you think? Hey, you know how much I love you, Amanda?
Infinity?
Well, infinity times infinity.
Of course Emily aka Amanda had to be on part 1. She was literally the first character we see after the flash-forward part. And her voice was the first we hear when the pilot starts.
When I was a little girl, my understanding of revenge was as simple as the Sunday school proverbs it hid behind. Neat little morality slogans like, do unto others, and 2 wrongs don't make a right. But 2 wrongs can never make a right. Because 2 wrongs can never equal each other.
By the way, I love this stylistic device using voiceovers. Many of my favorite ABC shows use this old but never tiring trick, getting us more engaged with the main protagonist and seeing the story through her eyes. I love her preppy style in this first episodes. She really looks like she is trying to blend in. And her exhale like she is finally where she belongs was great. Immediately we are thrown into this battle between her and the Graysons. I cannot think of a better beginning of this war.
I have to imagine it's Memorial Day weekend, 75 and sunny, all those boys of summer wondering who the new girl is. And that's Grayson Manor. You won't find a better address than this.
I'll take it.
Oh, wonderful. I'll get the contract.
Do you agree with my list? When was the moment you fell in love with one of the characters for the first time? Which introductions were not at all successful? Let me know your opinion in the comments.